We are here today to meet Geoff Rowe. Geoff is the CEO of Aged and Disability Advocacy Australia. ADA is one of our more important stakeholders, and they're also part of our customer reference group. Now, Geoff has a background in advocating for older Australians and people with disability. He's a recipient of a Churchill Fellowship. As well, he has his own blog called Grey Matters, I think, which is a blog that advocates for the rights of older Australians. So, without further ado, Geoff, welcome.
Thanks.
Thank you for joining us.
It's a pleasure. Thanks, mate.
Now, Geoff, tell us a little bit about ADA. What type of an organisation it is, and what does it stand for?
Okay. So ADA stands for Aged and Disability Advocacy, and that really says what we do. We provide individual advocacy support to older people who are users of Commonwealth aged care services or seeking to use those services, to people with a disability on a range of matters. We also have a community legal centre that trades as ADA Law, and the customers of ADA Law are very similar to the customers that are being supported by the Public Trust. So they're people with a cognitive impairment, people whose capacity is being questioned. We operate right across Queensland. We have offices from Cairns in the north to the Gold Coast in the south. So we focus, as I said, on individual advocacy support. We also do a range of education programs, so educating people about their rights when using services. We also provide information just about services, about options that are available to people. And we provide education to workers in aged care and some disability services about people's rights. So, at the end of the day, we're really on about giving people, vulnerable Queenslanders, a voice.
Great. And it's been around for 25 years, is
that
right?
It's almost heading towards 30, I believe.
Is that right?
We've been around a long time and we've continued to grow, and I guess as the broader societal attitudes, particularly around human rights, have grown, we've seen greater expectations from the people that we support, that they're able to have a say in things that impact on their lives.
Great. Now, if you talked about impacting on their lives, can you go into how does ADA impact on the lives of our mutual customers and its customers?
Because we are focused on representing the views of the older person, the person with a disability, it is, as I said, very much about giving them a voice or supporting them to raise issues that are of concern to them. For some of our mutual clients, we support them when they have hearings at QCAT, where their capacity is being questioned, or around guardianship matters as well, that we will support them. But really, I guess it's about working side by side with the person to get the outcomes that they're wanting, but also to make sure that they understand what's reasonable and appropriate in terms of those outcomes.
And you, as I understand, you've got a significant background in the NGO sector. You've been the recipient of a Churchill Fellowship, and all of those things relating to helping older Australians. What I want to know is, from your background and working in ADA and working in the sector over a long period of time, what do you see to be some of the horizon issues or matters that, as an organisation, we all need to be aware about? Obviously there's those global megatrends that are occurring, but what do you see from your perspective?
Yeah, look, you're probably being polite in saying that I've been around a long time.
Yep.
And I guess with with years in the sector comes wisdom, but there is also that longitude. And I guess what I'm seeing in terms of that longitude is it's really a changing expectations from people. More and more we're hearing about human rights as part of the service delivery system, an acknowledgement that vulnerable people have or should have the same rights as all Queenslanders. And this year we've seen the introduction of the Queensland Human Rights Act, which is again an acknowledgement by government that vulnerable people have rights and should have rights and should be able to express those rights. So for me, that's probably the biggest impact. Although when we look at what's happened with, say, things like the NDIS or even some of the aged care reforms, it's very much about putting the older person or the person with disability more in control, being able to have a say on what their services look like, who they want who they want to have work with them and who they don't. So choice and control are the more of the, I'm not quite sure that buzzwords is the right sort of statement, but choice and control is becoming more and more an expectation. And also associated with that, I think we're also seeing an expectation that people should be supported to reach their potential. I know some of our mutual clients, we see problems with the system where someone has an injury, a catastrophic injury, and they become a client of the public trustee, but their injury is such that over time their cognition improves. But our orders at the moment lock people in for a long time as they will always be dependent rather than independent. So, the challenge for us and the challenge for the public trust is to, how do we support people who we know have capacity to improve, as their health improves, so a brain injury or a stroke. Well, we also see at the other end of the spectrum a young person with a disability who's always been protected by mum and dad, and mum and dad have always done things. So their ability to manage finances and to understand finances is limited because they've never had the opportunity. So, I think in the emerging world we're seeing more and more an opportunity for people to become involved in those important decisions about their lives as much as they are able to. And that's probably my qualifying statement, as much as they are able to.
Okay, no, that's useful. What about, so as an organisation, the Public Trustee has been around for over 100 years. And I've been in government for a while, and for me, what I see is an amazing bunch of people who are really committed to their work and who really care about the impact of their work. So from your perspective, for the organisation to continue to learn and improve and continue to be a customer-centric professional organisation, what do you see as a public trustee in terms of your engagement with us? What do you see what areas that are opportunities for us to focus on?
Yeah, we're really excited about the reforms that we're hearing about that are coming out of your office at this time. We are seeing that move to the customer focus. We're having some great interactions with not only your clients, but some of your staff across the state. But we're also still seeing some staff who are reluctant to engage. And I think it's a bit, maybe it's ignorance, maybe it's fear that we'll be adversarial, because I think at times, advocacy organisations, we haven't always done it right, and we can be, more adversarial than we need to. But I think, more and more from my perspective, the flavour is how do we work together to get the best outcome for the people that we're both trying to support. And our involvement is really transitional. It's time limited, so someone will come to us with an issue, we will support them through that process, and then we say, see you later, come back if you need support. You guys are there for the longer term, so it's important that we both have good relationships with your client. I think it's really important for the public trust to use some of the resources that are available out there that help individuals be more in control of their lives. So ADA has, as you know, has developed a range of resources around financial literacy, around enduring powers of attorney, and we can keep ourselves busy forever making people dependent on us, or we can educate and support them so that they're confident that next time, if they've got a question or a concern, they know that they can raise it with you guys, that you'll work through those concerns, and that you'll aim to get the best outcome. So I think there's real opportunities for win-win here.
Oh, great. So what I'm hearing is continue the collaboration and see ADA and other similar organisations as a partner,
Yep.
and also continue to focus on the customer and empowering the customer as part of that. Yep.
Yep. Yep.
Okay.
Good
Very
outcome.
good. Yep.
Yep.
Now, do you have any message you want to communicate to public trustee staff that this might be an opportunity to raise?
Yep. Look, I guess my key message is that organisations like ADA are a resource. You know, they can support you in working with your clients. They can support you to raise, or support your clients to raise issues that they have. And we really want to work together to get that best outcome for the individual.
Great. Now, well, thank you. That's been really insightful, and I've really appreciated your views on the matter, Geoff. So, from my perspective, I just want to say that we really appreciate the relationship with ADA, and we really think that ADA plays an important role, and we really look forward to continuing to work with ADA. And from my perspective, what we want to do, and what I want staff to do, is to ensure that we engage with ADA in a collaborative way and other similar organisations. So again, thank you very much. I'll let you finish your coffee. And I just want to say thank you everyone for listening in. That's it for today. I hope to introduce you to some more stakeholders in the future, and bye for now.